Hello children, how are you all? I hope you are happy and healthy. Children, as we have completed yesterday our story, The Strange Wrestling Match. And as you have seen, Miss David has created a beautiful story which was derived from Rajasthani folk tale. So children, in the series of these wonderful story, we are going to start today a new topic, story writing. So this is a part of writings that we have already done. Few writings we have completed, like formal letters, informal letter, notice writing, application writing, short letters we have completed. Now this is a new concept, that is story writing. How to create a story in your own words. That is very important. So children, today we are going to start this new topic, story writing. So children, first of all, we should know what is a story, how we are going to start, and how we just create a series of our imagination, and after that we should give a moral also. Because if we are writing short story, if we are writing a long story, you can say if we have completed like a thick storybook, that is called novel. But today we are going to start short story writing, or you can say the story writing, which can be you can complete with 1 or 2 pages. So children, how to create a story? First of all, we should understand that what is a story. Now here, as I have written already, the definition of a story. Now story writing is an art where good imagination and creative ideas are used to capture the reader's interest. This is the definition of story writing. But first of all, what is a story? A story, it means which tells you about something, about your surroundings, and you just keep or write, or you just create this story, this links with the beautiful characters. Some characters may be very good, you can say good characters, some are having their villainous characters. So we just create a story, a tana bana of beautiful imaginary world, and we just creating a story and we are writing in a form of story writing. So children, this is called a story. Now, story writing is an art where good imagination. So first thing which is very important of story writing is good imagination. So children, this is very important, good imagination. If you are living in the imaginary world, if you have seen some facts from the society, if you have seen some beautiful things from nature, so then you can imagine in your own words and create a story about that. A story always needs a topic. It means the topic or title must be there. So first of all, the thing is important, the good imagination. Then relative ideas. Yes, of course, whenever you are imagining something, so then you have to create some ideas related to your imagination. So children, so second thing is important, that is relative ideas. Now here, third thing, that you have to make your story interesting. You must make, because if the reader is not giving any interest in that or not taking interest in that, so your storytelling is useless or worthless. So story writing, it is compulsory for you that good imagination must be there, And the second thing, relative ideas, and you should create an interest and capture the reader's interest. So this is, I think this is very important. Your method of storytelling or writing must be very, very impressive. Otherwise, nobody having time to read your story. So children, always remember, whenever you are writing a story, first thing it is required that good imagination. Now second thing, relative ideas, and you should create more ideas about your imagination, what you have imagined. That you just create few, you can say you just create a series of ideas, and then you have to make your story interesting with the many incidents which can be hilarious or very full of mystery you can add in this. Then your story become very interesting for the readers. Now children, we are going to discuss today that essentials of story writing. It means this is the story writing, but few essentials are important for story writing. Now children, we are going to learn this. What are the essential part of story writing? Now, essentials of story writing, I am going to write over here. Essentials of story writing, children. So this is very important thing. That is, first is the plot. The plot and the main theme, and the main theme of the story should be good and clear. Should be good and clear, children. This is very important, children. Whenever you are starting writing a story, the idea should be very clear and good. Because if you are going to confuse in your mind what I would like to convey to the readers, that is very important. So you should clear your mind what you are supposed to write in this story. And your theme of the story should be good and clear. Theme, it means on which you are creating a story. So first of all, you have to choose a theme which should be clear and good. Then just create your story. Now second number, which is also very important, that is the setting. The setting of the story should be clearly indicated. The characters should be described well. The characters should be described well. Now children, here one thing that is very important, that theme must be good and clear. Now the second thing which is important, that is the setting of the story should be clearly indicated, the characters. Suppose if you are writing a story about Nagas and you are not creating this character, Naga character, so it is worthless. It will not be understood by it will be not understood by the reader. So this is very important. whatever you are writing, the setting of the story should be clearly indicated. The characters should be described well. It means the characters and the setting of the story should be described well. Otherwise, the reader will get confused. So children, third thing which is very essential for story writing, that is third point, you may add interesting details to the plot with your imagination and make it enjoyable. So children, this is very necessary for you, that you may add interesting details. Whenever you are writing a story, you have to add some interesting details about your setting or about your plot. Now, so with your imagination and make it enjoyable. So story must be enjoyable. Otherwise, if the reader will get bored, so it is not good for you. So your story will not be read by the readers. So children, always be very particular about theme. Theme must be clear and good. And whenever you are creating a story, the theme, you just follow the theme and you just continue through all the story. And your character must be good and enjoyable. And whatever you are writing, your plot, you just, by your good imagination, you can create magic. Now children, now fourth, which is very important for us, a cloud of mystery. Now fourth number, a cloud of mystery or suspense in the story always helps in holding readers' interest. Yes, this is very important. Whenever you are creating a story, a touch of mystery and suspense, if you are putting inside your story, then reader get more interest in your story. So children, this is very important. Whenever you are creating a story and you are imagining something, that you just create a suspense and doubt or mystery in your story. So the reader will take interest in your story, and it will really, because the mystery is there, so everybody wants to read the end of the story. That is why they will read whole story. Okay children, so starting of the story should be very interesting, and the middle part you have to create the same interest and same you can say creativity through all the story till end. So this is very important for you. Now the last point that is also very essential for you, the expression of the writing should be good. Now here I am going to write over here, the expression of the writer must be good. So what are you explaining? What the thing you want to express in the story? Your expression should very interesting and very good. Otherwise, if you are not expressing your feeling through your character, whatever character you are keeping inside your story, that creator can express or must express whatever you want to convey to the reader. So children, this is very necessary because you are a writer of the story and you are conveying your thought and your feelings through a character. So always remember, the character must be very expressive in his dialogues, in his image, in his character. So this is very important. Your character must be very expressive. Whatever you want to express by this character, it must be there. So these are the 5 essential which is very important for a good story. If you are planning to write a story, so these essential, please go through this and then you just start writing your story. Some writers are God gifted. There is no need any schools to learn these type of the points, but because we are not all writers, so that is why this is very important. Whenever we are writing a story, these 5 essential we should always keep in our mind. Then we should start our story writing. Children, now we are moving to the developing story from given outlines. If the story's outline is given over there, so how to develop? If it is written over once there was a king and queen. So you have to develop the story, and then the middle outline is also given. So this time of you have to create the story from beginning till end. So how we are going to create a story of the given outlines? So that we are going to learn. So children, now children, our next topic of writing a story, this is developing a story from given outlines. If you are developing a story of given outlines, so how we are going to develop? First of all, the first thing which is very important to develop a story, read the outlines carefully. Read the outlines carefully and try to understand the main plot. So if the outline is already given, so you must read the outline carefully. Otherwise, you cannot develop a proper story. Each and every line will help you to create a wonderful story. If you are writing a story, it is compulsory that you have to read the outlines carefully and try to understand main plot. Because these lines will derive you, or you can say it will take you the main plot. So read each and every given outlines carefully. Now here the second point, which is also very important, that is use all of points and follow the order of events in outlines. Now use all of the points and follow the order of events given in outline. So because if in your exam the outlines given. So you have to follow the order. What is written first? There was a king who lived in a jungle. Okay? Who lives in a castle. Now second line if it is given. So you have to narrate the first line, and after that you are moving to the second line because it is also having a link with the first line. Then the second line, if it is written, there was a witch which lived in a jungle, who lived in the jungle. So it means you have to imagine that there was a king who lived in a castle. So you have to write something about the king. And after that you are moving to the second line, that is the only and only outline. You have to create the story on yourself. So children, always remember, you just link up these lines and you just go through these lines and use all the points and follow the order of events given in the outlines. If you are leaving any line, so your story will not be completed. So children, always remember the sequence of the lines. You have to go through the sequence of the outline given outline. Otherwise, your story will not be completed. So children, now we are moving to the third point, that is all the points should be linked. All the points should be linked. Yes, of course, because if it is given by the teacher or from anywhere you are getting this, so the link is always be in the sequence. So each and every lines which are given always linked. Okay, so now this is very important. Now we are moving to the fourth number. The story should be written in the simple English. The story should be written in the simple English, preferably in the past tense. This is very important. Preferably in the past tense, and may contain dialogues also, and may contain dialogues also. And the next point, which is also very important, a proverb or an idiom may be used as title. So children, these 2 points are very, very important. First, that is fourth point, the story should be written in the simple English. First thing, because you are writing in English language. That is why you should create your writing, you should create your story in a very simple language. There is no, you are not required to use literary English, because your readers are not very, you can say, because you are writing, you are in class 6, so you are so small. So that is why if you are writing in the literary language, so nobody is going to understand. So that is why you should write, or you should create the sentence in the very simple English, so it can be reached to the simple readers. So now first thing, and preferably in the past tense. Most preferably, it means your story must be written in the past tense, because you are talking about the story which is not going on. It was already done. The thing or event was already done. already completed. So that is why you will write in the past tense. Now, the fifth thing, a proverbs or an idioms may be used as the title. If I am writing no pain, no gain, or honesty is the best policy, so these are the proverbs you can use and create a story. So children, these points which are very important for you when the outline is given by the teacher or in your exam, so then you just create a story by these points. These points you have to keep in your mind, otherwise you will not write the proper story, because the examiner will going to check that whether you have used these particular lines which was given by the examiner. So that it's very important that each and every outline given by the examiner you should use. And you should create a title by yourself, and you must write in a proverb or an idiom you can use. So children, here we have completed these important points. Now children, I am going to write few lines or outline you can say, and you will start your story on the basis of your imagination. You just develop the story. Now here I am going to write few lines. A man had a goose. A man had a goose which lay a golden egg. A golden egg every day. The man collected, now here this is break and in between you just write down. Now the man collected 14 eggs. 14 eggs in a fortnight. Then again became impatient, greed overtook his thoughts. Now here, wanted to become rich instantly, killed the goose. Now children, these are the outlines and you have to write on this a short story. So children, first of all, you will start with the first line. So Rohan lived in a village. Now, a first line is a man had a goose which lay a golden egg every day. So here a man, so you have to give a name to the man and then you will start writing your story. And in between, you just create some suspense or some interesting thing inside these points. So these points you have to consider and you will create this story in your own words. So children, this is your homework to create a story. So this is your homework, children. So as we have discussed few points that is very important for you, and you just mention these things in your story. And these are the sequence which is already given, and you can say these are the outlines you have to develop this story by yourself. So children, this is your homework completed, and tomorrow we will discuss more stories and we will discuss the other topics also. Till then children, bye bye and take care.